Okay, 15 Minuten später.
Take 20.
At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world. At the end of the world, end of the world.
Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of our podcast Knitting Abroad. We are together here in Vienna because it's
Christmas! Or better to say, it's Boxing Day.
yeah, one day after Christmas. And yeah, we're glad to see you again. And
By the way, my name is Sissy.
And I'm Julia. Yeah, by
And
the way.
if you're a returning viewer, you already know that, of course. And you maybe are wondering why we are sitting here together on my couch, actually.
Yeah.
It's because it's Christmas and Julia is visiting Vienna from Sweden.
Yeah, so I'm not in Sweden now, as you can see, but normally I'm in Sweden, Gothenburg, and knitting there. So normally I'm knitting abroad. So today not.
Nope. Today we're together and we can show you a lot of stuff. We are actually knitting together, and because we are together again, yay! And because we are wearing matching outfits. So you maybe already recognized, we can show you. You already saw it in the second, third episode, I'm not sure right now.
I'm going to blend it in
Yeah.
again.
Slice of lights. We hope you can see that. And we bought, actually I bought our yarn together, and it was really planned that mine is a little bit more colorful or knallig. What's the word? Smashing. Yes, and yours more muted, and I love our color combinations a lot. And the design is awesome. It's again Susanne Sommer. You will see everything in the show notes, or better to say, watch the other episode where we showed our FOs. You can find everything there.
So the notes to everything you're going to find on our Ravelry page, in our group Knitting Abroad, and also on www.knittingabroad.com. If you don't have Ravelry or if you don't have Instagram, by the way, Instagram, we're both on Instagram. So I'm Knitting Abroad on Instagram, and you're...
I'm _ Trujilita _
Yeah.
Also, Trujilita on Ravelry.
Ah,
You
yeah.
can find us there, of course, too, not only in our groups, but as separate persons.
Yeah.
With our project pages and everything.
Yeah, even you change the patterns and
Okay.
adjusting.
So taking all the notes, yes, you can find it there. I try to, because when I'm knitting socks, as an example, I always forget what I did with the first sock, although I just finished it one day ago, so I write everything down in detail so I can't forget it. And yes, you can find everything there. Something else? Or do we start with our finished objects?
And if we forgot something, I'm going to...
Blend it in. So, finished objects. You start.
Yeah, I start with an object I cannot show you because it is already gifted to my niece. It is the Sunset Highway from Caitlin Hunter.
We see a picture, maybe.
Yeah, also not...
Here?
not
Oh, you
on
can.
your
Oh, yes, yes, you can
face,
put it
but
on my face.
Also a picture here, somewhere
On the
over
screen.
rainbow. And I'm so proud. It was my second colorwork pullover, and it was with alpaca silk from Sandnes yarn, and it was such a fun to knit because the yarn was so cozy and fluffy and wonderful.
It's really a soft yarn. It's a
Yeah.
really good commercial
Yeah.
yarn, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to knit with it too.
Yeah, and my niece is loving it. Yesterday she tried it on and it fitted perfectly. And all of my family said, "Was it you who knit this?" And I said, "Yeah."
It's really great job you did there.
Yeah.
I loved it too. I saw it actually in person.
Yeah, but I'm not good in saying I'm proud, but I'm really proud. I think I did a good job for the second colorwork pullover. And yeah, I changed nothing because the pattern was wonderful.
Is it a Caitlin?
Caitlin Hunter,
It's a Caitlin
Poland
Hunter,
Knitworks,
yes.
yeah, and yeah, So that's that for finished object from my side.
Yes, and if you're wondering why the light is changing, because it went out, I have the battery off. Yes, finished object from your side. So finished objects from my side, it's Adventgeheimnis by Yarnbird. And I show you one of the mitten, and Julia, you can just, I would say, come in with the work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress.
Because it's the same thing. Here you see my finished object, my right hand mitten from Yarnbird Adventgeheimnis. It's the front side and it's the back side. And it's a slip stitch pattern, the second. The second mitten is also finished, but you can see I haven't woven in all the ends yet. I have to do it.
Finish.
Yes, you're doing two at a time.
Yeah, I'm little bit of struggling with all the yarn, but you should have.
You have time. You have time. I show mine.
Seen me with 2 colors.
You did an awesome. Oh, you're doing an awesome job. So that's the finished object. That's the finished. They are the finished mitts and fingerless mitts. I love them a lot. It's a free pattern in German, I have to say, on Ravelry, and it's really a fun knit. I loved it a lot. It's not charted yet because it was a mystery knit along. I'm not sure if Yarnbird will give out a charted version. Thank you, because then it would be also possible for you to knit it if the instructions are in German, so that won't be a problem. Like I said, it's a slip stitch pattern. So the awesome thing is, I can show you the inside again, that you have something like floats, but you don't have to hold 2 strands of yarn at the same time. You're just knitting with one color at a time for 2 rows, and then you're changing the color. So it's for if you want to start something colorful or something like color work and you're not good at holding 2 yarns at a time, then that's a perfect thing to start with, I would say. That was one thing I wanted to say about that. You can also, if you want to say something to it, you just come in with
just now I'm...
Do it?
Yeah,
and
I found it, okay, yeah. 2 at a time is wonderful because you don't have to think so much. 2 at a time is wonderful because when you needed 1 row of the back side chart...
it's the front.
Hand, back...
No, it's not a back. It's not called back, I guess.
Handrücken.
Hand. Wurscht! It doesn't matter. Also front of the hand.
Of this side. You can just knit it on the other side also, so you just have to think one time. For me it's perfect because I'm not so good in thinking. Like
you say, what you have, she has arranged it like that on her needles, so that's perfect for knitting.
Yeah.
Them one at a time. What I really liked about this, I'm not sure what you say, the idea of doing a provisional cast on.
Definitely not professional on my side, no?
Forget it. It's looking perfectly fine. It's a provisional cast on. Normally you just put, that's like the effect color, you put the color out again and then you have living stitches. But she said that forget the ends. So like you can see it. The provisional cast on is really beautiful. It looks really nicely, and you just keep it there, so you don't have living stitches in the end. I'm sorry, that's my cat. Loki, us. He just does not get enough attention.
Attention cat, attention cat.
Welcome
attention
to Loki.
Cat.
If you know Thor and Loki, yes, he's the evil brother. Yeah. Also in this family. Yes, I love the provisional cast on. I also, that's about the pattern, it was really a fun, and it's a fast knit, what would you say?
Yeah, also I had a lot of knitting to do with finishing the sweater for my niece. Mm-hmm. Not only because I wanted to dip it in our festive knit along,
which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
Or a minute.
Or 5. But yeah, when you're sitting with these mittens time flews by and it's just wonderful. I don't know why mine are so small, because I swatched and it was too big, and then I wanted to knit it just a little bit smaller, but I think they're going to block a little bit out. Ah yeah.
They will, because I tried mine on now several times and they're growing with every time. So they're not yet washed and blocked yet. So you can see that the stitches are not yet that even, but I think that will block out. They just grow a little bit every time I put it on, so I think they will grow too.
Yeah, and because I'm not the best in thinking when it comes to knitting, I have
all the notes.
Yeah, which one is the right one, which one is the left one, and the front side and the
hand
back
front,
side.
left hand, palm, left. It's fun.
It's I need it, yeah, because also I don't look at it so much because it's really clear which side is which, but if I don't want to think more than usual, also not at all, I'm going to look.
But that was a really clever idea to me, because in the beginning, when you just at the ribbing, it's really confusing which is the front part and which is the back part, palm side. But when you already started the pattern, in the second mid I didn't have any. I didn't have
here.
Yeah, in the second pattern I didn't have any of the stitch markers at all, because after the first mitten it was so clear and obvious that that I didn't need the stitch markers at all at the second mitten.
And there you see also every mitten has
oh yes, I didn't show that.
Guideline.
Side stitches where the mitten is really put in half, kind of on this side and also on. I can't. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure if it's focusing, but you can see that hopefully on this side. Yips. And it's really, I loved it a lot. It was a surprise from me to Julia for Advent calendar, you can say. She got it from me, the yarn and the pattern. The pattern is a free pattern, as I said, and the yarn is from Dye My Style.
It's wonderful yarn.
It's so beautiful yarn, and what I did, I bought one strand of yarn of each color. So we needed a main color, a side color, and an effect color. And every strand, it's a DK weight yarn, and every strand had 100 grams. And the pattern said that you would mostly need 50 gram of each color, mostly. So of the main color, 50 gram. And so I said, okay, no problem. I buy all the 3 colors. I split it in half and sent the half to Sweden and keep the half by myself, and we did it in the same colors. It wasn't planned out like that.
No, it really wasn't.
And
something.
It's just because the dark green is really beautiful main color.
Fangorn, I love them.
Yes. So you have the 3 colors, and you see that's what I have left of all the yarn. So Fangorn,
Willow,
and Dusk. Dusk is the white, and it's so it's really a beautiful sturdy yarn, and I'm maybe thinking about doing a second pair. I'm thinking about doing the same again, just with another combination. Yellow as the main color, white as the side color, and green as the effect color, and I think they will look much different, but I think also really nice. And what do you say, actually, if we have to give this to someone, we have to give them to Malfoy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Harry Potter, clue, you get it? Huh? Like colors? Slytherin? Okay.
But I don't think Malfoy.
No, there's no hand knitted mittens, never. No. So that's also something I put in our festive knit along. And now we're talking about.
Festive knit along. Our festive knit along was from October till
November. 31st of November. Yeah. End of October too.
End of October till 6th of January. and we are looking forward to look at all the finished objects in our Ravelry group.
Yes.
And of course there is a prize.
Yes. So I'm putting this into our festive knit along. And because it's a Christmas gift, but you can also put something in with Christmassy yarn or wintry yarn.
Or glittery yarn.
Yeah, of course. It don't have to be. It don't have to be Christmassy. It's just about this time of the year.
And Happy New Year! So you have actually 2 weeks left. So if you're a fast sock knitter, till example,
you can totally do that.
Yeah.
You can still join our knit along, and it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And all the informations you can find on Ravelry, in our Ravelry group. We have a festive knit along chatter thread and also already a finished object thread. I love your small tiny socks, stockings thing, abraxas. They're
wonderful.
The cutest thing in the world.
Wonderful.
You have to go there and have a look, because they're really awesome things also.
And there are also so wonderful socks.
Yeah, quiltering. Just put 2 pairs of of wonderful socks in there. I'm so looking forward to get London house yarn.
Yeah.
Self-striping yarn, of course it is. Yes, it will come. So, but what we wanted to show you, we have a prize, because maybe you can remember our first knit along with Susanne Sommer Designs, also Slice of Lights, and the Slice of Light of Mirja got the prizes, we have to say, because I drew both.
We don't plan
both
things,
times
and they're working out like
it was. It was really fun, and she was so kind to give us a prize for this knit along, and it's really beautiful. We were discussing if it should be a surprise, but then we said no, we want to show you.
So gorgeous.
So we split the beans. If you don't want to see it, just look away.
Yeah.
But the prize will be this beauty of yarn.
It's plant dyed, hand dyed. It's wonderful.
It's so cozy and squishy and soft, and she also put there some stitch markers. Thank you. And it's just so beautiful, her handcrafting. And Mirja, thank you so much. It is a beautiful yarn.
Precious.
And it's really just such a nice idea of you to gift us something for our viewers. And so please join the FO thread to
win this beauty.
Yeah, you can get it. We're looking forward to give it to you guys, because it's really beautiful. And if there's coming some more information from Mirja, we will tell you, because she's maybe planning something with her own yarn, but not want to. I think it's the phrase "spill the beans." I don't want to spill the beans yet. So that's our festive knit along. You have till 2 weeks to join the fun, and yes, with a hat for a late winter Christmas, not Christmas, with a late winter hat you maybe need. So
or New Year's Eve is going to be cold, so maybe
you need some mittens. They are fast, you know. But I can show you a hat, because we are already in works in progress.
Yeah, works in progress hats.
And I am knitting one hat. It's actually really cool and cozy. I love it so much. It's so fluffy. You have to gift it. Yes, I will give this hat, this coziness away. It's going to be a kitty hat. The design is also, I think, a free design from Susanne Sommer again. Yeah, and she is kind of a brioche queen, I have to say. And this design is so fun, so much fun. You can see now why it's a kitty hat, because it's just going up, and then you have to craft the ends like flat together, and then it will look like you have kitty ears. So it's an easy design. Yeah. It's a brioche knitted hat. It's one colored brioche, but you maybe see a difference from the bottom to the top. On the bottom I held 2 yarns double, the mohair and the pink yarn, and the normally fingering weight. I will say something to the yarn in a moment. And then up from this line, actually I'm just holding on the front side, so on the knitted stitches I have just fingering weight. On the back side, so with the purling and yarn overs, I held it double again. So if you would reverse it, you will have the fluffy side out again. I can show you actually really good because with I'm knitting with DP ends. It's maybe better to knit it with Magic Loop. I started with Magic Loop, but my needle broke, and that's just not fun at all. And I don't have needles in breaking needles in something like that. It's really stupid. But I hadn't any other Magic Loop possible needles, so that's why I started with DP ends, and it's working fine. The pattern is really easy. The pattern is also really fun, and for me, I have to say, because it's a little bit boring. That's why I'm not finished yet.
So I'm the boring kind of knitter. I like it when I'm coming to flat knitting.
Just around and around. It goes around and around.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But it will be finished, I think, this week, and then I can give it away next week. So I'm sure you won't see the finished object, but I will make a picture of it. Looking forward to, because it's getting one of my pupils is getting this hat as a giveaway for the last year of school, for finishing school. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. To the yarn, I say something because it's again Dye My Style. It's a sock. It's a sock yarn this time. I love it a lot. The color is so beautiful. And what you can see on this yarn is maybe a little bit of cat hair and maybe a little bit of mohair. And that's
say it's mohair.
Genau. And it's Kit Setter. No, it's not. It's Kit Setter. I'm sorry, Chichit. Pro Lana Kit Setter. Is it called? And this color just has a number. It was really not so easy to get a fitting mohair to this. At my local yarn shop, to get a fitting mohair to this pink, but in the end I think it looks great, yes, and I love it a lot. So it's an easy design, it's a really easy knit, and it could be knitted also with DK. I think the original is knitted with DK, and then it would be much faster because you get less rows with more centimeters. Yes, that's just to say about this work in progress. Yeah. Fun hat, fluff hat, and I think there are cool ideas what you can do. I have some ideas, maybe doing another one with this. So that's why work in progress. We can do the next work in progress together again, because our next work in progress is actually the same design.
Also not planned first.
Nope. But I was.
She started.
Yeah, I started. I visited Julia last week on her birthday. Yay! Because it's birthday, Christmas, birthday. Yay! I started knitting this sock on the plane. So I needed some plain knitting. Plain knitting. And that's the evergreen sock from Madeline Gannon. You can see this design. You maybe know this design already. It's a really easy, mostly stockinette sock. It's not yet blocked. One is finished with heel flap and gusset. You can see that, yes. And we did actually the same design in different yarns.
I have the. This is Fru Valborg. A Swedish hand dyer, and she makes wonderful sock yarn. It's merino sock, and it has nylon in it, and actually you just can get the yarn from her store when you buy sock kits, because the other yarn is in Amsterdam.
Yes, you can get her at Stephen and Penelope. Yes.
And it's so cozy.
I really love the color changing of it. Do you have the ball?
Yeah.
I really love the color changing of the speckles in it. It's so gorgeous. Maybe I take it.
Yeah.
I think I'm closer.
Yeah.
I love it a lot. It's so with this little pinky,
so much
turquoise.
Speckles.
A little bit yellow speckles, blue speckles.
Wonderful.
It's really beautiful. I love it a lot. And this dark green is matching perfectly,
Yeah.
of course, because it was a
Yeah,
set.
it was a set. It is a mini skein of petrol.
Petrol, yes, of course.
My new favorite color. Petrol, dark red and black. Yes, they're
And
green.
so the pattern is called Evergreen Sock.
Yeah.
I called my pattern because you maybe already know, for the box of socks, for 12 pair of socks I'm knitting for myself, I give my socks all Harry Potter themed names. So this is Christmas in the Forbidden Forest. And you can see I have a glittering yarn. It's with Stelina. It's Frieda Fuchs Lametta in the colorway Eucalyptus. And because I'm mostly always doing a different color in cuff and toes. That's Malabrigo. Malabrigo yarn in the colorway Marte. And that's the rest of ball of yarn I have. I love it a lot. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And
I think it matches the tree.
Yes, that's why I just chose this one. And that's the Frieda Fuchs with the Lametta. I love her yarn. And actually I'm already knitting the second pair. I'm so sorry. It's warm. I'm knitting the second pair of socks with this ball or skein. So 2 pair of socks and European size 38 is totally no problem because I finished already 1 sock, so better to say 3 socks, and the 4th I will have still more than enough for a granny square or a granny striped blanket for my friend. She will get the rest of it. So that's the evergreen socks.
Yeah. Mine is named julgran, which is the Swedish word for Christmas tree.
Yeah, so Christmassy socks and themed socks. You can find all the informations on our project pages. And I didn't change anything except that I decreased 4 stitches after the tree pattern to have 60 stitches in the end. But honestly, 4 stitches, I'm not sure how much it would count on the foot. Just, yeah. The only thing I changed, nothing else.
Yeah.
You didn't change anything at all?
I'm not the kind of changing.
You're not the changing person, so true. So, works in progress, I have still 1 and you have 1.
Yeah. So,
Me first, you first?
You first.
Me first. So, I'm still on Christmas gifts. And I started this Christmas gift 4 days ago, I guess. And I knitted the first one.
when you picked me up from the...
Yeah, so 3 days ago. Yeah. So I started this 3 days ago, and it just took me about 1.5 days or maybe 2 days to finish this. It's an Isolde teak design, and I'm not sure if you can see it clearly because of the dark yarn.
It's so cool.
It's really cool. I love this design. It's really, really awesome. And Isolde teak, it's called Kerlik. My mittens are called Matrix mittens because they're kind of looking like matrix, and they're a little bit big on my hand because they are for my brother-in-law. And the yarn is rock sheep yarn, an Austrian hand dyer, and the color is called, and I love it so much, astronaut. I show you the
cake is gorgeous.
The cake looks just amazing. I love the cake. It's really, wow, it's great, with so much yellow, greenish, bluish, light color speckles in it. Sorry, all the cat hair. And yes, I started already the second one. I'm knitting on DPNs because I start the ribbing on DPNs. The rest of the mitt you knit on magic loop, or better to say, not a magic loop but on cable, because you're knitting the cuff in the round, and then you can maybe see that you're knitting sideways, so you're flat knitting, and it's just such an interesting construction. You also need a provisional cast on there. I wanted to show you the provisional cast on thing, but I'm not far enough with my cuff. It's a paid for pattern on Ravelry, and I was just intrigued by the look of this mitten, and saw it and thought, yeah, maybe that's perfect, I will do this. one, and it's coming in 6 different sizes. So that's really great. You get it from toddler to X large, and I'm knitting medium for my like I said, for my brother-in-law. And it's really a very interesting construction. It's not that difficult because I would say it's not easy. You have to be a little bit advanced on knitting. But no, the thing is, you have a picture tutorial going with the instructions, and that's just perfect, because if you're not sure what you have to do, because it's like, okay, what should I do now? Why should a professional custom? What? And then you have a picture. Okay, and if you're trusting the pictures and trusting the instructions, it's really not that hard. In the end, it's just knitting and purling again.
Every time knitting and purling. That's what I'm saying to my mother actually all the time, because she started knitting because I'm away, and when she's knitting she's thinking about me, and she needed so gorgeous pieces, even though she
haven't knitted for
4 years, so very long.
It's like driving a bike. Hop on. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
But
I can drive a bike, but I don't like it.
But it's really it's very intriguing, and it's very clear in its instructions, and in the end it's okay. It's like I know what to do. So I watched you knitting it, and it was really enjoying it. It's special in its construction, and I like that, because that's making it fun knitting. And it's the most time it's just, like you see, it's garter stitch, so the most of the time it's just knit and purl, or just knit, because you're knitting it flat. But yes, you have to watch out a little bit for, okay, now I have to turn, but it's not that complicated. It's not that much thinking, or
so maybe I'm trying.
Yeah, I think so. I really would say I'm looking forward to finish this today, because I have to do a fast knit, because I have to give it tomorrow.
So while I'm editing this episode, she's going to knit.
Like hell.
I don't coming to finish my objects.
I can do that. No, that will go also in our festive knitting, because it's a Christmas gift, and I like it a lot. So you have
work in progress. The last one for today.
I'm knitting.
Yeah, that's why you're always faster. I finished the yoke for my boreal sweater, and it is the 3rd colorwork pullover for me, and this was the first time, I mentioned it before, that I really found out why rusty yarn is better for colorwork.
Yeah, it looks so gorgeous. I love it a lot.
First, the right side.
I have to say, I'm sorry, it looks so fluffy and cozy. I can't stand it. For me, it's just too rustic.
Yeah.
I really can't stand the yarn. It looks awesome.
It's Einrum yarn. It's an Icelandic yarn in Icelandic wool and Thai silk. And it was one of the yarns my eldest sister gifted to me when she was in Iceland. And because it's Icelandic yarn, and because winter's coming, also in Sweden it's not 10 degrees plus, it's a little bit colder, but not so cold actually.
No, it's not so cold.
No.
It's snowing.
Yeah, White Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I finished the yoke, and again I'm proud, because I think I didn't make any mistakes. 2 times I knitted back a whole row because I made a mistake in the 5th or 6th stitch in a row, but now there are really no mistakes, and I'm so proud of the wrong side.
You are maybe slower because I don't care if I make a mistake, I'm just knitting. It's fine.
I'm so proud of my wrong side. And yeah, that's what I really love about this pattern. I love stranded color work because I don't like to wrap the yarn every stitch, and the pattern from Jennifer Steinger's, a Boreal, is a stranded colorwork pattern where you never ever have more than 5 stitches in the same color, so you don't have to wrap your yarn. And
there shouldn't be floats longer than about 5 stitches, but 5 stitches are mostly fine.
So 5 stitches are kind of the maximum you should do.
A float.
Have to say, sometimes I do it more, but just when I'm knitting for me. And this I'm also knitting for me, and I'm totally.
And for what occasion are you knitting this for you?
I think it's going to be my Edinburgh sweater.
Yay!
Yeah, if I'm finished until March.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Yeah, but now I'm at my favorite part. It's just knit.
Yeah, stockinette.
Knit. I love it. I'm kind of a boring knitter because I love. I also love sleeve Allen.
No, I won't say you're boring knitter, because a lot of people just enjoy knitting in the round and just stockinette. It's just for me. I also like it sometimes on the plane. It was really perfect because I don't have to think, and I didn't have to look on a pattern or a chart, and that's perfect, because when I have to put my knitting away in a moment, and it's just right now, then it's easier if it's just stockinette in the round. But I like also for me I need sometimes this a little bit thinking about, or this calculating brain, I would say.
Yeah. But I, because you say you don't like to look at the chart, I found out that at the plane where there are the safety instructions, when you put chart there, it's wonderful.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect height.
Perfectly. It's a perfect height, and you can have it there while your desk is down.
Yeah,
and
table.
Yes. When it's down and everything is in upright position. The exits are on the sorry.
Too much plain drying the last weeks.
But so that is my last work in progress,
and it was also my last work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm still in progress, as you can see.
Yeah. So should I take the time and present my
show your Christmas presents, and I will show mine.
Also Christmas is time for presents also, and I was.
But
gifted.
the biggest present is that you're here.
Yeah, that is right. But I got also a wonderful yarn bowl. Wait.
It's perfectly working.
A yarn bowl from my family, and it's special because it's hand painted in India, and I totally love it.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, and
it's working.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's working, but it's mine. Yeah. I definitely needed a yarn bowl because I have a little table in my living room, but the bowls always fall off, and so now I'm having it.
It's really nice because I'm also doing that sometimes. I'm just taking like a salad bowl or something, a smaller bowl, and put the yarn in there, because in my project bags it's working fine.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they're mingling.
Yes, they're mingling, and also it's better. It's just
it's
working.
Unwinding better.
It's really working better, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So getting a yarn bowl would be also a really fun thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my yarn bowl.
That's really really beautiful.
Yeah.
And we are looking forward to get okay, now I'm making mistakes here. Looking forward to get a wooden yarn bowl, which you saw at
Eli Stil.
Yeah, you saw it first at Anna's podcast, Dunkelgrün, the podcast Dunkelgrün by Anna, and It's a really beautiful one also. We're thinking about it because the special thing about this yarn ball is that you can put about 3 balls of yarn in there, and you have 3 swirls where for color work it's perfect.
Yeah. But it's just amazing, and
it's beautiful.
Also because we were in India, and it's like having the memories of this holiday on my living room table. It's wonderful.
Perfect.
I also got another gift, more gifts. There were 2 knitting books, but I thought it would be better if I read them first and then present them to you. So just a spoiler for our next episode, I'm going to review a book which is called Öland Knitting. Öland is island framför.
Is it in Sweden or is it in Finland?
Also Sweden and South and Long Island, and don't coming ihåg. Herregud. Speaking of Sweden, my brain switches to Swedish. As an island in Sweden.
That's all the information you need, maybe.
Next time, book review.
Awesome. I just want to show some yarns I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
So one thing was I have no clue what's this. Oh, you maybe know that as White Elephant. We played White Elephant in our knitting community, in our knitting group, it's called White Elephant because you get you bring a present, a wrapped present, and then you just draw a present for yourself, and you unwrap it, and the next person can choose. Does this person draw a present again or takes your present? So it's kind of when I see it and I like it, I take it, but maybe the next one could be better. So it's the last one actually, the last who draws a present has the most presents to choose from, so that's kind of fun. I wasn't there actually, but I asked them to draw for me, and I put a prize in there, of course. And I got, whoops, don't go away. I got this beauty of yarn.
Cute.
It's silk and sisal from, it's called Sidegarte, and it's a Swiss yarn. It's beautiful. I have to say it's not my color. Sidekürling Hirtedeschli. That's so Swiss, I love it.
It's cool.
It's silk and sisal, and they were actually talking about, is it silky and luxurious enough for me? Yes it is. And I got 2 skeins of yarn from you actually, and I already showed them, I guess. I'm not sure if I showed them. Froverburg ones with 50% merino and 50% silk. I'll show it again. Oopsie. And if you have a close look and the camera is focusing right, you can see there is something green in there, a light green. And I also got this beauty with 70% wool and 30% silk, Mano del Uruguay Fino. And the fun thing is, you can see 70% merino, 50% merino. No merino, just silk. So it's just so fun.
You should have prepared me for this.
This is just so much fun. I love it. Why you're laughing, you can explain it to your children now. So the silky one is always not standing on its own. And I think the 3 colors look really interesting together, and I think that would really make an awesome garment, or maybe better a shawl. I think that would go into a shawl, but I have to find the right design. I have no clue about the design, but the colors, I just thought they would fit, and then I will wear this green, because this green is just not my color. I won't wear this green on its own, but with this purple, because purple is also not that much my color. But this combination, you can see it here.
It's wonderful.
There's the green really in the Faubourg, so I think that's
It's a
awesome.
perfect combination, yeah.
And for a shawl it would be awesome. Also for a garment that's really that should really flow, kind of. That would be also nice with the silk. Yes, I have to think about it. I have to look through the patterns, and if you have a suggestion, if you have a suggestion or recommendation, put it in the comments below, please. That would be so nicely. That would really be great.
We love comments.
Yes, or you can put it in the comments, or you can also put it in the show notes on Reverie. That also would be just fine. That would help me actually a lot, because swarm brain, you know. And I also got for my needles, because I don't have so much needles. Another needle bag. Yeah, a twee or a needle bag with, oh, it's so awesome. With shapes. It's just perfect. And that was handmade, and I love it a lot, and it's so much fun. I just have to repack all my needles. I would put my long needles, round needles. Rotstricknadeln.
Yeah, cable needles.
Cable needles, thank you. I would put my cable needles in this thing. And then I got for Christmas from a dear friend of ours. You got the yarn, but it was gifted by her.
Yeah. So she said, you're going to what was it? Syfestivalen in Gothenburg, and we talked on the phone, and she said, can you bring me a Christmas present for Sissi? I said, yeah, of course, yeah. And you're always talking about Fru Walborg, and she has a booth there. And I said, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy some for myself. Yeah, just choose, and we, yeah.
You know, nobody is listening to you.
Yeah.
The cat is showing all the,
showing off.
Yes, yes, you of course, of course, Loki. Just sit there, because,
What was it you said? You have to cut his...
Yeah, his nails. You're so a poser. I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing, because he never sits on my lap. He never does this. It's so stupid. I'm so sorry. Okay, I can't concentrate. So that's the yarn I got. It's Fru Walborg. It's sorry, it's merino superwash, 80% merino, 20% nylon, so it's a sock yarn. And what you said beforehand, it's sock kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't go on. He's actually purring. And what I really like is that the mini skein has some astilina in it, so that's really, really awesome. And I still have one thing of my Make 9s of 28. I didn't start, and it's one pair of socks, because I hadn't the right yarn for it. And speaking of my Make 9s, I just maybe want to do that, because it's kind of the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to make my Make 9 for
2019. 2019.
Yeah.
Me too. And I did it for this year. Maybe you can insert a picture. I had 9 designs that I wanted to knit this year, and I actually knitted everything except one pair of socks, Narcissa socks. For sure.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I'm for sure going to knit them, because they're a Harry Potter theme.
Yeah.
But I just hadn't have the right yarn for it. And the Narcissa socks are still on my list for 2019. And 19. I will do them in 2019, because I want to start and finish them this year.
That's right, yeah.
And I have started the mittens, the Carissa Browning mittens, but I think they're called Vino, but I didn't finish them, because yarn and pattern didn't work together very well, so I frogged them again. But I think I will maybe do them next year, but I won't have them on my list. And the last thing that don't have tick that don't have a tick is the April sweater. I haven't finished, but I'm kind of in the middle, so you already saw that. And so with my 9 designs I've chosen for 2018, I'm good. I started with the exploration station in the middle. I did everything on this list, and I'm really proud and really happy. I finished 35 projects this year,
Wow.
I counted. Or Reverie, better to
Reverie
say.
counted.
Reverie counted also showed me how much yarn I used up, so that's really awesome. And I'm so looking forward doing that for 2019 and what designs are coming. One design that's definitely on my list for 2019 and also on your list is the Zweig sweater.
Yeah. Because you're, knit along.
Yes, because I'm hosting a knit along on my German podcast, Sissi will Wolle. Nobody knows why it's called like that. It's called Sissi will Wolle. In English, it's Sissi wants yarn.
Or
wool, no, it's yarn.
yeah, but then it rhymes.
Yes, will Wolle wants wool with the W. And I'm hosting a knit along with the Zweig sweater. So if you want to join knitting a Zweig sweater, you can hop on there. If you don't speak German,
just watch it. It's lovely. I love it. I love watching her in her podcast. It's amazing.
If you don't speak German but you just still want to join the knit along, you can also join on my Reverie group. And if you have any questions in English, just put them there in English.
We speak English.
We speak English. We can answer them. That won't be a problem at all. But if you're a German-speaking viewer, then you would be mostly welcome to join this knit along too. And
speaking of speech, I wanted to know if there is a Swedish community which is watching our English podcast, because I was thinking if I should make Swedish undertexts for our podcast, because I'm in a knitting group. And
it would be also a good practice for you?
Yeah, also a practice, and I was thinking maybe it's a good idea or not, but I'm definitely not doing the effort if it's not demanded. So if you're demanding Swedish and the text, so just comments or...
in our Reverie group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was that it was for 2018. Yes? Huh? I'm not yet a year older. There's still time.
I'm
You're old.
But I'm not so old.
No. I'm still the old. Still the more adult one of us.
Never. Also, I'm never going to be the adult one of us.
So I would say that wasn't from 2018, it was from the 9th episode of Knitting Abroad. The next time we record you again abroad, and I'm alone in Vienna, still with a cat. And we're really looking forward to see you guys again. So Happy New Year!
And happy knitting.
And happy knitting. And
bye.
Bye.
I'll be gone for now, but you can still hear the sound of my voice.